Greetings, combatants. Today will be part 4 of Mortal Kombat 9 Reimagined. Without further ado, let's begin.
But I will be able to transport us near enough to her.
Powers are compromised in Outworld. Yes, I totally agree with that. I still question why everyone decided to leave the throne room like that. I mean, there's not really any logic behind that, so who knows at this point. Let's get back to it. Why did this zoom in on the phone room? Is that someone right there?
Maybe you could try for even nearer next time. Where are you? I will inform you the instant I know. So,
this is one of the changed parts. Instead of having this side quest so early on during this chapter, I would go for something a little different. Now yes, I definitely think that they should be rescuing Sonya. Without any fathom of a doubt, they should definitely be rescuing Sonya, but here's the main thing I have a problem with, is the fact that the tournament takes up very little time of this story. Like the MK2 tournament doesn't really hold much time, like we see only a little bit of the tournament for each time. Like most of Act 2 of this story mode is focused on rescuing Sonya and rescuing Kitana. That is not the way I want to do it.
This is just like my movie Time Smashers. We were going around.
Give it a rest, will you? Making my ears hurt.
So what's the deal with you and Sonya anyway? She's smoking hot.
It's not like that. I'm her CO.
Honey like that under my command? Oh,
You'll want to stop talking now.
But if it's not like that, then you won't mind if I...
That's it! Time somebody shut you the hell up!
Round 1. Fight!
Alright, so here's where... So first of all, it's going to be a walk to a Coliseum. We get to see more conversations between the characters. Everyone gets to do some more. And we get to get some character from the Emperor too, because Raiden will be chastising him for abandoning his duty of protector by the action which will not be spoken of, as they call it, which as we know as the fans, that he actually killed Onaga. But there's a logical reason behind that, and Shao Kahn says, I refuse to be a slave to those toothless worms anymore. I will not serve them like you. All you have done is be a spineless whelp. And you chastise me for refusing to serve them. They have done their position of... They have done nothing to earn their status, earn their position. They are spineless and pathetic as always. Your service to them just shows that you are no better than they are. Yeah, so the point of view.
How you like that?
Jax.
You also get to see Liu Kang, have some intrigue with him as well. He gets to actually speak to the Emperor for the first time. And you get to see like more intrigue. You can see the relationship between Kitana and Liu Kang grow into something more interesting. You get to see a lot more intrigue behind all that happens. Like you want to like establish your characters. You want to give them more interesting performances. You want them to have a bigger stake, bigger origin, bigger bigger potential. Like you don't want them to just be one note. You don't want them to feel like they're just there to pad out the character roster. They all had to contribute something. So they all have individual character. They all have their own moments. The story would show more aspects of each of them. And making it to the Colosseum would be the next very important part of the story mode, because they're able to because after the walk they enter the passage to the Colosseum and the crowd is cheering. The crowd is very happy and enthusiastic, and then Shao Kahn raises his hand and the crowd quiets, and he with a great amount of, you know, basically like what he did in Shaolin Monks. And so basically in Shaolin Monks it was characterized him as playing to the crowd, so he's going to be doing that here. He greets the crowd, he waves to the crowd, he tells them that today is a very special day, as they will be able to see the tournament against Earthrealm. He tells them enjoy the festivities, enjoy the fights, enjoy the snacks that will be brought around, and stuff like that. So it's really just him playing to the crowd, and it just is really cool. It's just like fantastic the way he does things. Like you can see why the audience actually loves him, because he shows a very charismatic character. He shows very much charismatic. He's very charismatic towards his citizens. Like the warriors, they just serve him. The people he's conquered are just in service to him. They're not very fond of him. They don't like him that much. But you can see that his citizens actually do. His citizens actually appreciate and enjoy his presence. They don't see him as an evil dictator like the others do. They don't see him as their oppressor. They see him as their emperor. They see him as a very important figure in their lives, a very crucial figure in their lives. So that's like something to go off of.
Wins.
How you like that, Mr. A-list?
Enough! Jackson Briggs, you will restrain yourself.
Yeah, well,
Someone approaches.
good. Maybe somebody else needs their ass whooped. You looking for something?
The armory is restricted. You will leave now.
Gonna have to ask nicer than that.
Round 1. Fight!
Okay, so after the introductions are done, the first of the combatants are officially called up, and then Shao Kahn does the announcing throughout this tournament. So he will be doing stuff like you have a monk against like a generic warrior, and the monk fails and is killed by the warrior, with Shao Kahn saying, "Finish him." Then fatality. So he basically does all the announcement things like he does in MK2 and 3, and you will hear him also say words like superb, excellent, outstanding, that was pathetic, well done. Stuff like that. I just really wanted to add more of the aspects of the MK2 characterization into him by having him by having him do what he did in Shaolin Monks and MK2 and 3, where he speaks through the fights. where he announces for the fights, and it's like, it's very cool in general. Like, I always found that one of the most interesting aspects of him as a character is the fact that he really just goes for such things. That's like, we would get through more fights and more fights would happen, and eventually when the sun starts to go down in the Colosseum, Shao Kahn says, "Enough. We will now retire for the evening. Tomorrow at sunrise, when the sun is fully risen, will we continue the tournament." And all of the people who were in the stands begin to go home, and Shao Kahn instructs his warriors, "You will escort the Earthrealmers to their temporary quarters." And then we get to see something interesting for the first time. He gets up, he gets off his throne, and then he makes a portal appear right in front of him, and he just walks through it and enters his throne room. Like, that's the way that happens. Like, I did want to include the showing that he can teleport, because it's something we rarely get to see him do, but it's something he's very capable of doing, as warriors under him, who are not nearly as powerful as him, are easily able to teleport. So at the current rate, Outworld is winning the tournament. They have killed the most opponents. Only some Earthrealm warriors have been able to overcome the Outworld warriors, and yeah, that's just the way it goes down.
Jax wins.
Wrong place, wrong time, lady.
Instead of going to bed, Jackson Briggs is adamant on finding Sonya Blades, and Raiden agrees with him, and some of the warriors do too, so they join in the search for her. They determine that the most likely location would be Shao Kahn's dungeon, and they do find prisoners in the dungeon, but they do not find her. It is revealed that she attempted to escape, and she was taken to a different holding place, which they were able to get out of the guards, so they're able to find her, and she is being held by guards. It will not be Shiva, because I want Shiva to not have her to not lose a fight. Well, not lose too many fights. I want more of the characters to have more fights. I want more of the characters to actually have wins. I think every single villain character at least deserves 1 to 2 to at least 3 victories. And someone like Shao Kahn definitely deserves a lot more than that, but we'll get into that. So that's where we leave this part. They're able to rescue Sonya, but in doing so, Shao Kahn becomes more understanding of what's truly going on. He sees more things than he has spies in Raiden, looking at Raiden the whole time. Like, he's spying on Raiden, he has visions, and he's super curious about how Raiden knows these things. Like, he wants to know things. It's just part of his thing, and we get to see him meet with Scarlet, who's been spying on Quan Chi. She tells him that Quan Chi definitely has some kind of plan in line that will not be to the Emperor's benefit? And Shao Kahn states, of course he does. Shinnok is still very upset with the fact that I almost took his realm before the deities intervened. Shinnok is very agitated. He wants me out of the picture. He wants Earthrealm for himself. It is his desire. But I care less about what he desires. My desire is the only thing I want. Shinnok is bold, but foolish. He says eventually Shinnok and Quan Chi will be dealt with, but as of right now, the Earthrealm tournament, the conquering of Earthrealm is much more important.
Feel better?
Listen, Cage.
Don't worry about it. Guess we know where we are now, thanks to her.
Yes, and where we must go.
Let's do it. Come on, Cage.
So here's an also important attribute. A part of the so those are not Shokan, obviously, even though that's what Sonya says, but we'll get into that in a minute. So there's more intrigue throughout the. We find out that Reptile is actually spying on Shang Tsung this whole time. Like he's supposed to be Shang Tsung's bodyguard, but secretly, because his true service allies with Shao Kahn, he spies on Shang Tsung. He's told the Emperor that Shang Tsung shows no interest in betraying him, and Shao Kahn responds, "Not yet, at least." But he is like many other sorcerers who have come before them. They serve their master, they serve me well for a time, but once they determine they want more power for themselves, that is when their service goes from servitude. That's when their service goes from loyalty to treachery. He will betray me. Keep a good eye on him. I want to know when his betrayal truly comes in foot. He of course does as his emperor commands.
What is it with you Shokan and underground cesspools?
If you had not dishonored yourself by attempting escape, we would not be here in this sewer.
Sonya!
Guards, stop them!
So much for the surprise attack.
That's cool. Like everyone else, this will be a race of beings to Shao Kahn has conquered. Now, the game material will explain all the races he has conquered, and there will be a long list of them. So this will just be one of the races that will be seen during the story mode. what was I saying? Well, yeah, this would be a part of the race of beings, so yeah.
She is the Emperor's property, human.
She's nobody's property.
Round 1. Fight!
This will of course be stayed by the warrior, the guard,
How you like that?
the elite guard she
Wins.
that is defeated.
I guess extra arms don't make a difference.
You sure have a way with women.
You know me. I'm a class act.
Thanks. What took you
Yep.
so long?
He was busy hitting me in the face.
That's weird. I've got 2 sets of readings, heavy tech signals, both of them.
Technology. Then they cannot be of Outworld. We need to confront the source of each signal. We might discover the one whose victory I must ensure.
Wait, what about us? What are we, chopped liver? What?
Perhaps you're right,
This
Johnny.
is not a
You will
part
stay close
of
to
it.
Great,
Close as a shadow, and twice as silent.
Sonya, you're with me. Keeping my eye on you. Raiden, looks like you'll want to teleport yourself about 30 clicks that way.
We should stay together, Tundra. Assuming your brother's identity will certainly draw attention. Not all of it welcome.
You are right, Smoke. But assuming Bihan's identity is the best way to honor him.
Let us proceed then. Sub-Zero.
This interaction stay
We
the
should
same.
separate. Our fellow Lin Kuei will not be far behind once our absence is discovered.
If only they had been more forthcoming with the details of your brother's demise. We will find Shang Tsung. He will tell us all he knows.
If he killed Bihan, he will die. Be stealthful as the night.
And deadly as the dawn.
Yeah, I think this is a better part to stay the same.
The Emperor was wise to send me here. The Lin Kuei do walk uninvited in his realm.
Wise though your Emperor might be, he was foolish to send his housemaid to interfere with Lin Kuei business.
I am Kitana, Princess of Outworld, and I deal harshly with sharp-tongued intruders.
Round 1. Fight!
So this part would actually not be Katana who was sent. It would be other warriors, like other warriors of the assassins. Like the Emperor has many assassins, and he'll have multiple female assassins as they are, as he puts it, charming enough to be able to enter his enemy's residence and then assassinate them when they least expect it. He finds female assassins to be very useful because they're, well, without a certain level of word, their sex appeal, honestly. To be honest with you, it is much easier to get behind a man's defense when it's a very infatuating, beautiful woman, such as Katana right here. But of course she is the Emperor's, one of the Emperor's deadliest assassins, so she is not going to get into such an appeal. They all know who she is. More obscure assassins are the ones who are used in this certain method. And the warrior would say it was wise for Shao Kahn. It was wise for the Emperor to send me here. Those who enter his realm without his permission are settled to die. Are settled to not be allowed to live. And of course Smoke says, wise, your Emperor is very wise, but it is foolish to send his housemaid. Housemaid? You dare, Earth Realmer, I am one of Shao Kahn's deadly. I am a deadly assassin of Shao Kahn. You will pay for your insolence. I will remove your tongue before dragging your broken body before the Emperor. He defeats her, but spares her life.
Smoke wins.
Where there is smoke, there is fire.
This will all happen before the second day of the tournament.
Sleep well, princess.
This will be a sub part 2.
No one in Outworld or Earthrealm could stand up to.
Well, this would be a more of an intrigue because Kano would meet with the Emperor and Shang Tsung, and he would show off their weaponry. Shao Kahn would wield one of these for... Shao Kahn would wield the bigger weapons because he has very large hands, so he can't really hold such weapons easily, but Shang Tsung would also do the same, and they would find it very useful. Shao Kahn would say to Kano that your armed services will be very useful to me. I request that you give Outworld's armies as many weapons as you can muster. He says, as long as you pay me well, you'll get your weapons. You will be paid handsomely as long as you deliver what I request. Very well, Emperor. Your weapons will soon be. You will soon have many crates of these weapons to wield with your army. Good. Your reward will be handsome. Your reward will be great for such service.
Done. You may tell your fellow Black Dragon that I am very interested in your merchandise.
Shang Tsung.
I'll take care of him. No charge. One dead Lin Kuei in a tick.
This part, of course, would be in the story mode too. Kano will go out into the forest with Shang Tsung with the delivered weapons, with the delivered crates of weapons, so Raiden does not discover such things. Raiden and the Earthrealmers don't discover such things, and he would be wielding the merchandise, and and he will say, you may tell the Black Dragon that more of these weapons will be suitable for Shao Kahn. He will be most pleased with these weapons you have brought us. I am glad to hear. The service to the Emperor will be most pure.
Formation.
You actually did it. You're a cyborg.
We are the Lin Kuei. More stealthful.
What?
This would remain the same.
My tournament. I wager he was more powerful than you, Lin Kuei.
Assuming his form will not give you his skill, shapeshifter.
Let us see if smoke can freeze. Round one.
I like this. This would stay the same. Him actually morphing into a character. Except, well,
Stay down.
Smoke wins.
so he would defeat Shang Tsung in his
Now answer me.
Sub-Zero form.
What do you know of Sub-Zero? What?
Smoke.
In his Sub-Zero form, but then he would defeat him in his.
You have disobeyed the directive.
But then he would defeat him in his normal form, and before he attempts to capture him or finish him off, he demands to tell him all he knows about Sub-Zero's death. He begins explaining until Sector interferes. Then he decides this is not worth the time, and takes Kano, takes the weapons crates, and leaves before anyone else discovers them.
Sector?
You will return with us to begin your transformation.
This is the same.
You did it.
You're a cyborg.
This is also the same.
A pity you could not have cooperated.
You are ordered to return to the Lin Kuei Temple for assimilation.
Cyrex!
I am Lin Kuei Unit LK4D4.
This also happens too.
I'm sorry for what they did to you, but I will not comply.
Actually, those signatures in the beginning of this chapter, which will not appear. Which will not be how the chapter goes on because I changed it a little. The chapter system is now deleted. The signatures will be actually of the two Lin Kuei warriors who were going around the Outworld.
The readings were getting stronger and now they're gone.
Yep.
Sub-Zero? But you're dead.
I am not the Sub-Zero you speak of.
This explanation stays the same. And they explain who killed
I'm only here to learn Sub-Zero's
who killed him.
fate.
So, yeah.
Must go to the Colosseum.
But I need your help to get
There's a
him
portal to the south. You can use it to transport yourselves back to Earthrealm.
Mother...
Jax would lose his arms, but actually it would be in a tournament bout instead of here. It would be the Ermac, of course.
I remain whole for now.
Sonya Blade to command. Sonya Blade to command. Do you read? Sonya Blade to...
Aided in this folly. I do so
Kill!
now.
Sonya Blade to command.
Okay, day 2 would begin shortly, and Shang Tsung would go into the Emperor's personal chambers, where he's actually sitting over his workbench, crafting a new set of armor for himself. Now, this armor would be his deception armor. Well, an updated version of his deception armor. It would remain the same. The only thing that would be different about the deception armor for this render would be the fact that it includes the shredder claws, which is something I include in his normal costume, as his normal MK9 costume, which he'll be wearing here. But his MK9 costume would be slightly different from the one we see. It would have the more cone-shaped circular shoulder pad armor with 3 spikes on each side. It would have the leg, the thigh armor, and it would have the leg armor. And yeah, it would just look more... It would still keep the same helmet from the 9, but also he would be wearing a cape. Because honestly, he couldn't wear a cape in MK2 because it was hard to render capes on 2D models. So that's why no one wears a cape in the MK2 through 3. And MK4 is the first attempt at a cape, but it doesn't really look like a cape. It's the first time at the 3D. It's the first time of a 3D attempted game which has a cape on it, and it did not work pan well. Now, in MK Deadly Alliance and Deception is when capes would officially be introduced, through Raiden and Shao Kahn being 2 of them, then Dagon would be another one. So yeah, that's how that would plan out.
Sonya Blade to command. Do you read? Sonya Blade to command. Do you read?
It'd be later in the day, of course.
Yeah, but he needs a medic as soon as possible.
I must go to the Colosseum.
But I need your help to get
There's
him
a portal to the south. You can use it to transport yourselves back to Earthrealm.
Mother... That portal better be close.
Yeah, Katana is fighting in this tournament bout, and this would be later though in the day. We'll get into that at some point. It would be later during the portion. After Sub-Zero discovers who is responsible, he's going to head towards the Colosseum when the Colosseum event begins again. Shao Kahn has done the finishing touches crafting his armor, and then Shang Tsung walks in, and he says the tournament will soon resume, And Shao Kahn says, I'm well aware of such. I'm well aware. And Shang Tsung walk out of his personal quarters with his personal quarters being full of previous armors. For instance, his MK2 armor, the Shaolin Monk's Barks art, the Deadly Alliance armor, who was a really big fan favorite. He would have a lot of different sets of armor on his wall of armors, which we would see. And it would be of the previous designs he has worn. So yeah, that's how that would be.
I failed. I deserve death.
I have failed my father. You must kill me.
Kill him! Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, the tournament resumes, and there's a couple more fights, and then Katana faces down that monk. She refuses to kill him, and Shao Kahn says, "Finish him." She refuses, and he says, "Ah." He's basically saying, "Screw this," and he does the same thing he does at this moment during the scene, where he basically burns him alive with his his abilities. So during this point, he would Sub-Zero would step up, and he would say out that nonsense he's about to say to the Emperor. And
Shao Kahn, I challenge Scorpion, the murderer of my brother. You will bring him before me.
No one makes demands of the Emperor.
Reptile. Yeah, he says that. Then Reptile faces him and loses, and that's the end of that.
Round 1.
And instead of Shang Tsung saying no one makes demands of the Emperor, Shao Kahn says, "You dare attempt to make a demand of me in my own kingdom?" And with that, we'll conclude the video. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you like my content, feel free to like and subscribe. If you don't, thank you for watching anyways. As always, God bless you.